Hi, I'm Genesis Collins, and this is Chapter 1 of Up in Flames, a Western dragon novel. Not Western as in cowboys, Western as in geographic location. This book is currently unreleased, but when it is released, it will be on Kindle and it will be towards the back end of 2026. No one has read this story, no one has had any kind of sneak peek of this story. This is exclusive to this YouTube channel, and that's where it's going to stay for right now. Chapter 1. I should have known better. I should have known better, and I did know better, but Leo wouldn't budge on it this time. He insisted that we both get new suits and go down to the Salt Lick tonight. That alone should have tipped me off. He had been the one who told me to keep our relationship quiet, that he was actually really shy and just wanted to get to know me better before going public. The bathing suit he had handed me had been a two-piece. Leo said he asked if he could warm me tonight. It's why I needed a new bathing suit, so he could get to my skin, but none of that was true. Not a single fucking word. And I was too fucking stupid to realize that all of it was a trap from the start. And now my face feels like it's going to melt off, and I can barely find my footing on the crystalline cove's shore because all I can focus on is the laughter I still hear from the whole group. He had all ready and waiting for him to rip open my high-waisted swim skirt and grab my belly. His voice so cruel as he laughed. Definitely more than a handful, Harper, down to the dragonette I thought was his ex. And the reason? There wasn't one. Macy! I know I shouldn't turn, but it's on instinct. I'm so used to guests using my first name at the end that my body swivels just in time for me to be greeted by something slamming into my nose with such a heavy thud, followed by too many more to count that I can't even register what's happening to me anymore, and aiming myself at the exit and running is all I can think to do to try and keep them from seeing me break down, the laughter seeming to only get louder as I end up slamming into what I think is the wall before I hear the quiet swear hissed at me as I get shoved off of whoever it is. I'm not even sure my apology is understandable with how hard my voice shakes when I open my mouth, but I can't afford to stay any longer. He could notice my short he could notice my shorts, and unfortunately Leo is right. No matter how hard I try to shield myself and hide my biggest insecurity with a torn bathing suit in just my hands, it's embarrassing. And with a battered ego and deepened sense of genuinely not wanting to be here anymore, and knees that just want to give out, I turn and continue to flee, completely unsure of my direction or even where to go at this point. Prince Polo. Nearly getting run down by a dragonette wasn't exactly what I had in mind when Millie asked me to meet him at the salt mines, but I must admit it holds my attention much more than my old friend's request to spend time together today. Mostly because of the state of said dragonette. He seems so worked up and very covered in icing. From head to toe until he turns, it seems like every part of him is covered in the same sticky icing you'd find on the little holiday cakes meant to be sweet nothings that have been getting sold everywhere since the beginning of pairing season at the start of this month. And while I'm normally very into only minding the business that pays me, it's not hard to take in a dragonette covered in icing and the sound of other people laughing to know that something unkind seems to have happened. I give it a moment, taking just long enough to swipe the tuft of pink icing off of my chest left behind by that crying stranger, and it dawns on me that not a single one of them seems concerned about him, even though I think he was crying. Against my better judgment, I find myself turning to go after the tearful blur that left me so sticky when the laughter over by the pools only continues. My meeting with my old friend, one that will unfortunately be able to wait until I get something unchar- unchar- uncharacteristically nice out of the way first. Sorry about stumbling on uncharacteristically. It's not something I normally say out loud. If you really like the sound of this book, you will really like the rest of my Western Dragon series. It's going to be released all throughout 2026 on Kindle. If you're interested in my other dragon books, I do have a Northern Dragon series that is currently on my Kindle, and it starts with Wildfire and Bonded, which is the prequel to Wildfire. If you would like to go ahead and read those, they are both linked in my bio, and it does not matter which order you read them in, you will be able to name the characters from both and recognize where they're connected. And again, those are in my bio, and my makeup tip for this time is invest in a very nice liquid lipstick that you enjoy that feels like a lip gloss. You will thank me later because the matte lipsticks, they're so uncomfortable. You don't need that. This one's lasted all day and I haven't reapplied. Just get yourself a nice one.